Stop! I know you're not here to watch me cut this log. Let's get down to the essentials of what you're really here for. Is you want to have this beautiful lumber at your house. So let's go through the tools you'll need. Cut it up, you're going to need you a bandsaw. This one here is a 14-inch jet. It has the power to cut it. You also need to remember that American sycamore is almost as hard as oak is. So you start talking about bringing the cut up to here, that's a lot of power needs to be used to cut it. And I'm just using a little 5/8 blade, which ain't very thick at all if you look at it. So I give it up to the jet. It definitely won this big log fight. It cut it up. It takes a few minutes, but you got to remember how thin a blade you're using to cut with. So you got to give it time, it'll cut it though. So the jet won the fight, but what else do you need? You need to have you a good dolly to move these logs around with, and a lift table. And yes, both of these come from Harbor Freight. Some kind of box built onto your lift table to raise it up at the height of your table saw. You'll also need to get you some of these little 5/8 rollers to get to where you can roll it across. You don't want to deal with the weight of this log when you try to go and cut. You need to set it up so you have an infeed and outfeed. So the log is big, you don't want it to get away from you. And you get to where you get it like this one. See how easy I roll this flat across? You don't even notice it's moving. It takes almost no weight at all to move it. At that point, you're basically ready. Just make sure you have your protection. Dust collector helps a lot. This is a 14-inch jet bandsaw. I was using a 5/8 blade. I know it's a little thin, but it worked. And I already hear some people out there saying, well, you screwed it on and you wasted wood with that screw. Okay. Here's one of my screws going through the bark. You can see I got a little line here where my bark is. And you can see where the bottom of my screw goes through. I got a little line on that. That's less than a 1/2 inch of actual wood that's cutting into. And I know if you do woodwork, you've dealt with blemishes before, smaller than that. Bigger, a whole lot, probably bigger. Let's say it that way. They're bigger blemishes. So you can easily take care of any blemish from the screws. And I'm sorry to say, a 1/2 inch, that ain't much material to lose for your safety.